Warning: what you're about to learn are the psychological weapons the wealthy use to extract money from your pocket and put it into theirs. These are manipulation tactics disguised as business strategies. Use them responsibly, or better yet, learn them so you can spot when they're being used on you. Perception is reality. Meet David and Daniel. Same qualifications, same intelligence, same work ethic, same background. But David drives a BMW, wears a Rolex, carries a leather briefcase, and walks into every room like he owns it. Daniel drives a Honda, wears a Casio, carries a backpack, and keeps his head down. Guess who gets the investment? Guess who gets the promotion? Guess who gets invited to the exclusive deals? Guess who gets introduced to the right people? David. Every single time. Not because he's better, because he looks better. Here's the twisted part. David is broke. Completely broke. He's financing the BMW at 8% interest. The Rolex is a convincing fake from China. The leather briefcase is empty except for a single notebook. The confidence is pure performance art, but the perception of success is creating actual success. Banks approve his loans faster because he looks creditworthy. Clients hire him because successful people must know what they're doing. Investors back him because winners attract winners. The fake success becomes real success through pure perception management. Meanwhile, Daniel has better ideas, a better track record, and better character. But nobody sees it because he doesn't package it properly. His humility reads as insecurity. His honesty reads as uncertainty. His authenticity reads as amateur. This exploits the halo effect. Your brain makes financial decisions about people in the first 7 seconds. One positive trait creates a halo that makes everything else look positive. Rich people know this. They invest in looking successful before they are successful. The wealthy treat their appearance like a business investment. That $5,000 suit isn't vanity. It's a tool that generates $50,000 in opportunities. That luxury car isn't showing off. It's a mobile billboard that says, "I'm worth doing business with." Poor people see this as shallow or fake. They pride themselves on not caring about appearances. But while they're being authentic, the image-conscious are getting rich. The game rewards players, not purists. Scarcity creates demand. Why do people camp outside Apple stores for 3 days? Why do limited edition sneakers sell for 10 times retail price? Why does only 3 left in stock make you buy immediately, even when you weren't planning to buy anything? Because scarcity hijacks your primitive brain. For millions of years, scarce resources meant survival or death. Your brain still thinks rare equals valuable, even when it's artificially created scarcity. Smart entrepreneurs weaponize this psychological vulnerability. They don't sell to everyone, they sell to the chosen few. I only work with 10 clients per year. This opportunity closes Friday at midnight. By invitation only. We're only accepting applications from qualified candidates. Watch what happens. The same service that nobody wanted when it was available to everyone becomes irresistible when it's restricted. The same product that sat unsold suddenly has a waiting list. Suddenly people are fighting to give them money. They're paying premium prices for the privilege of being selected. They're bragging about being chosen. The scarcity doesn't just increase demand, it increases the price people are willing to pay. But here's the dark secret. Most of this scarcity is completely artificial. The coaching program could handle 100 clients, not 10. The membership site has unlimited digital capacity. The exclusive event could seat thousands. This exploits psychological reactance. Tell someone they can't have something and they want it more. Combined with loss aversion, the fear of missing out becomes stronger than the desire to gain something. Luxury brands have mastered this. Hermès could make more Birkin bags, but they don't. The waiting list is the product. The exclusivity is the value. People don't just want the bag, they want to be the type of person who can get the bag. Online marketers abuse this with fake countdown timers that reset every day, limited quantities that magically replenish, and false urgency that preys on people's fear of missing out. Authority bias. Same investment advice, same track record, same qualifications, but one advisor has diplomas covering his wall, speaks with absolute certainty, charges 10 times more, and has a waiting list of clients. The other struggles to find anyone who will listen. Authority bias means people follow confidence over competence. They'd rather be wrong with someone who sounds certain than right with someone who admits uncertainty. I guarantee this stock will double. This investment cannot fail. I've never been wrong about this. Meanwhile, the actual expert says, well, there are several factors to consider, and while the probability seems favourable, there are always risks. Nobody listens. Nuance doesn't sell. Certainty does. This is why fake gurus make millions while real experts struggle. The fake guru doesn't need results. He needs conviction. He doesn't need to be right. He needs to sound right. Follow my proven system. I've made millions using this method. This will change your life forever. The more certain they sound, the more money flows to them. Even when they're completely wrong, even when their students lose everything, even when their proven system has never actually worked. Behind the scenes, the guru is broke. His business is failed, his investments tanked, his success is entirely fictional, but his authority is entirely convincing. Authority bias is so powerful that people will follow orders that go against their own judgment. In the famous Milgram experiments, people administered what they thought were deadly electric shocks simply because an authority figure told them to. In finance, this means following confident idiots over humble experts. Remember, the most confident voices before the 2008 crash were saying everything was fine. The cautious voices warning of problems were ignored. Social proof is a cheat code. 2 restaurants, same street. The empty one actually has better food, better service, and better prices, but there's a line around the block at the other one. Which one do you choose? You choose the line, because if everyone else is doing it, it must be good. This is social proof. Your brain assumes the crowd knows something you don't. It's a survival mechanism that kept our ancestors alive. Smart business owners manufacture social proof like a factory. Fake testimonials from made-up customers, bought reviews from click farms. Staged success stories with paid actors. They create the illusion that everyone is succeeding with their product. Sarah from Texas made $10,000 in her first month. Sarah doesn't exist. The photo is from Shutterstock. The story is written by a copywriter, but it feels real. It sounds believable, and it works. Once the fake social proof attracts real customers, it becomes real social proof. The lie becomes the truth. The manipulation becomes reality. Real customers start leaving real reviews, creating genuine momentum. This creates a snowball effect. Fake social proof attracts real customers. Real customers create real social proof. Real social proof attracts more real customers. Eventually, the business succeeds, not because it's good, but because it appeared to be good. Humans are herd animals. We follow the crowd for survival. In uncertain situations, we look to others for guidance. The wealthy exploit this by creating artificial crowds, then profiting when real crowds follow. Social media influencers buy followers and engagement to appear popular. Brands see the numbers and offer sponsorship deals. The fake popularity becomes real money. The artificial social proof generates authentic income. Environment engineering. You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. If those 5 people are broke, complaining about money, and have victim mindsets, guess what you'll become? Rich people engineer their environment ruthlessly. They cut off broke friends, even if they've known them for years. They join expensive clubs they can barely afford. They move to wealthy neighborhoods. They attend high-end events. Not because they're snobs, because environment is everything. Your environment programs your subconscious mind 24/7. Broke people around you normalize being broke. Complainers around you normalize complaining. Victims around you normalize being a victim. Negative money talk becomes your internal dialogue. Rich environments normalize wealth. Success becomes expected, not exceptional. Opportunities become visible, not invisible. Positive money talk becomes your internal programming. Compare the daily inputs: poor person, broke friends, negative news, victim mentality, scarcity thinking, complaint sessions. Rich person: successful peers, opportunity discussions, solution-focused thinking, abundance mindset, strategic planning. This is social contagion. Attitudes, beliefs, and behaviors spread through social networks like viruses. The wealthy quarantine themselves from poverty mindset and surround themselves with wealth mindset. Environmental psychology shows that your surroundings shape your thoughts, which shape your actions, which shape your results. Change your environment, change your life. The wealthy curate every aspect of their environment: the books they read, the events they attend, the conversations they have, even the physical spaces they occupy. Everything is chosen for its psychological impact. Poor people let their environment happen to them. They consume whatever's free. They hang out with whoever's available. They don't realize their environment is programming their future. Information asymmetry. While you're reading yesterday's news, they're making tomorrow's decisions, knowing things before others do, having access to information that isn't public yet. By the time information reaches you, the wealthy have already acted on it. They bought before the announcement. They sold before the crash. They positioned before the trend. You're always one step behind. The wealthy cultivate relationships with insiders. CEOs who know about upcoming mergers. Politicians who know about regulatory changes. Analysts who know about earnings surprises. Researchers who know about breakthrough discoveries. You're using free information. They're using premium information. You're reacting to news. They're creating news. There's an information hierarchy. Insiders know first. Well-connected, wealthy people know second. The general public knows last. By the time you know, the opportunity is gone. The wealthy pay for information. Exclusive research reports, private briefings, insider networks. They treat information like any other investment. The better the information, the better the returns. Information asymmetry is how markets really work. Perfect information is a myth taught in economics textbooks. Real markets are driven by information advantages. The wealthy understand this. Technology creates new information asymmetries. Satellite data showing retail foot traffic before earnings reports. Social media sentiment analysis predicting stock movements. Alternative data sources that most people don't know exist. These are a psychological framework that the wealthy use to extract money from everyone else. This is why wealth inequality keeps growing. It's not just about money, it's about psychology. The wealthy understand human nature. You have two choices. Learn these tactics and use them ethically to build your own wealth, or ignore them and keep being their victim. There's no middle ground. In a world where psychology drives money, psychological ignorance equals financial poverty. The psychology of wealth is dark, but understanding darkness is the only way to find the light. Now you know the game. The question is, how will you play it?